Oi! Wake up! Do you know who's gonna be on this episode of Love Hurts?
Oh, who?
It's your buddy Ben!
Ben's coming over? Ben's coming over?
Yeah, he's a real cool guy. He's done all sorts of stuff. He's an artist. He does video work. He does posters and flyers for all the concerts and stuff.
Yeah.
He's done videos for Queensryche and Ministry and Iced Earth.
Yeah, he's really good at all that stuff, too. He would be a good guest.
Guys, it's time.
What do you think, Charizard? Yeah, I think it'd be cool.
Get your ass up. Thanks.
Thanks, Monster. Thanks. I'll call Ben. I'll call Ben. I'll call Ben. I'll call Ben. Call Ben. Ben! Ben!
Get on with it!
Guess why I'm so excited about this episode?
Why?
Because I have no idea what you brought. And I'm so freaking excited to see what the hell you would pick. You are a huge fan of Madonna. You love Sade. You love metal. You love funk. You love it all. Mm-hmm. In the most unorthodox of way, the most unexpected way. You go to karaoke and people are blown away by your skills and your love and your sweet chin music. Whatever the hell that means. But there we have it. Ben, everybody. Ben.
Hello.
Hi. You can say hi to that camera. You can say hi to that camera. Say hi to all the cameras.
Hi. Yep.
Ben here. Also, what's so different about this one? Wait. You're sober. So what we got today to drink?
Michael Bublé purple stuff.
And on the other side of that too. Oh.
I don't want to be diabetic, but there you go.
Oh shit. Tiki punch. More importantly, what are we here for, Ben?
We're here to hear some music. And or something rare, or I guess you could say rare and obscure. There's a little band called Black Sabbath. Okay?
Oh,
and it's not Ozzy.
Oh.
And it's not Dio. And it's not the other guy. It's Tony Martin fronted Black Sabbath, 1987, The Eternal Idol. It is obscure as hell, and no one really knows about it.
I was about to say, how bad of a metal fan in general am I that I didn't know that what?
I don't know. Wow. That's the reason why I brought it.
This is even better than I thought. This is going to be freaking interesting.
And it's rare too, because they don't print those anymore.
They don't, really?
No, not even on vinyl. Not even, I don't think CD has it.
Also available on cassette and compact disc.
Yep.
Wow. In 87? When
1987. At the same time, I think Ozzy Tribute was out and Dio's Dream Evil was out at the same time.
Wow.
So you can see where that was a conflict.
This is great. Look at this. This is insane. No, I never heard about this. I never knew about this.
You can take it out of the plastic just to get the cover. And this is the last Sabbath record on Warner because I guess they were tired of them or something.
Like, all right, guys, you've had a good run. Let's get out of here.
And the singer, Tony Martin, had 5 records with them.
Is Jim Martin's brother?
No, but there is a brother on this record that's not on the record.
Oh, really?
So you have, I think, 2 producers, 2 studios, 2 bass players, 2 guitar players, 2 singers.
This is incredible. Let's get to listening, shall we? Hey, Hector, what are we going to be listening to it on?
Thanks, Hector. We'll be listening to today's record on the Pro-Ject X2, featuring this lovely acrylic flounder and a top-of-the-line Sumiko Moonstone cartridge. For the amp, we're using the Peachtree Audio Nova 150, and we'll be fine-tuning the sound with the Schiit Loki equalizer. We'll be hearing it all through the ELAC Uni-Fi 2.0s, a 3-way concentric design, which sound badass! Back to you, Hector.
Oh, yeah, you'll be surprised who's even on it.
Wow. Oh, it's very clean. It's very nice.
Oh, yeah.
Nice. All right.
I have the cassette. That's where it started.
Uh-huh.
And you were saying how I started learning how to sing and whatnot and how to try to sing. This was one of the records this is the first Sabbath record I ever got.
No shit.
Yeah.
Atlas chorus. This is The Shining. This is like perfect 80s metal.
Totally. 1987.
Wow. What other big albums came out in 87?
Big albums?
What? And Justice for All, when did that come out?
Then 89?
89, yeah. Because I find that super interesting comparing what were their peers at the time releasing, you know? It fits perfect.
Dude, it gets better. There's another song. There was a video for this too.
Is he trying to pull off a Ronnie?
No. He just sounds like that. He got accused, Dio accused him of sounding like a mimic, but he's not.
Well, how many, okay, he's a great singer, but how many great singers also like were around this era, you know? You could say a lot of people were sounding like Ronnie then, you know?
That was, well, remember he was in 3 different bands at so everybody was hearing him for years.
Yeah.
But a lot of people wanted to be Robert Plant or, well, Coverdale's like the Robert Plant, but he's completely different.
Yeah. Who was it? Coverdale and Plant? No.
Coverdale Page?
Coverdale Page. Yeah.
That was later.
Coverdale Plant.
I think that might have been a little about that time.
That was a celebrity deathmatch episode. Let me crack open a warm one. Where'd my glass go?
Wait, there it is.
This is great. This is like, keep the drink away from
completely
that.
obscure.
I can't believe I've never, even when I look up, I know I've looked up discography lists before also, and either I just totally glazed over it because I'm like, that does not exist.
Dude.
This must be a Mandela effect kind of thing.
I'm not necessarily a big fan of Ozzy Sabbath, even though I love it, but I don't love it as much as I love this stuff. Because it's so obscure and like odd, because Tony kept the band going. And he had every single guy you could think of in that band, in and out.
Yeah.
So check this out. So the record before this was called Seventh Star, and it was supposed to be a Naomi solo record. But Warner pushed it to be a new Sabbath record, okay?
Yeah, of course.
The singer on that record was Glenn Hughes.
Oh, shit.
So Glenn Hughes, being Deep Purple and whatnot, was on the record, and
how interesting is that?
who was it? Who else? The bass player, Dave Spitz, which is Dan Spitz's brother, was the bass player on that thing.
Yeah.
And Jeff Nichols, which was the keyboardist on Mob Rules and all the other records, but he was still with them. So they're supposed to have the tour coming up, and apparently Glenn Hughes got in a fight at a bar or something like that, and they bashed his face in. He couldn't sing.
Oh wow!
He lost his voice. He couldn't sing.
Wow, that bad. He got beaten out of him.
He got it bad. And so I think 5 shows in, they couldn't do the shows, so they hired another singer, an American guy named Ray Gillen.
Yeah.
And that Ray Gillen, it was the guy that formed Badlands with Eric Singer.
Okay.
Eric Singer was the drummer on the record before it also. And he's on this record too.
How crazy. I forgot to mention that Ben is an encyclopedia. I forget that. What's that?
I read liner notes.
My God, that's what's awesome too. That's what I miss. You know, these are all lyrics.
The Sabbath family tree is ridiculous. Look at that family tree. And it connects to Purple and Halford and whoever the hell. It's ridiculous.
Bringing up that point again. The fact that you said you're not a big fan of Ozzy era black. Do you know how many people would call blasphemy on that?
Oh, a lot.
But I get it. I get it though. Like, this is not anything old Sabbath at all. Like, you know. But I'm trying to think. There's another band like that I feel about that, where people are like, how do you like that era of the band? That's not the original. But you know what? Because this is better, like whatever, I'll think of it later. But yeah, I get it, and I respect that. Yeah, I can. A lot of people to a lot of people, Black Sabbath is Ozzy, and that's it. There's nothing further.
No, it's more than that.
You're one of the very few people that acknowledges the Dio era, or even knows about this kind of stuff.
There's 5 records with this guy on it, and then there's the Ian Gillan, which is the Born Again record with the baby on the cover, and then there's the Dio record, which is like 3 records or 4 if you count the Devil one, the last one that he did. But they didn't have the Sabbath name on it, even though the logos and the band's in it. Whatever. But no, this is Sabbath. Like, and I don't hate Ozzy Sabbath. Like, I love Sabbath, Bloody Sabbath, and A Master of Reality, all that. Like, it's cool, but I don't love it as much as this stuff, because this stuff is ridiculous. Like, I don't get it. Like, it's not acknowledged. Yeah. And then Tony kept the band going, and every player that's on this, like.
But see, that was barely the first song, The Shining.
Yeah.
Oh, let me read off
hear this riff.
Okay.
Hear this riff that's coming up. That's Jeff Nichols.
Who produced it?
There was 2 different producers.
Oh, okay.
3 technically. They had issues. They had a lot of issues.
Like a Dream Theater kind of almost, you know?
Predates it.
Oh yeah, exactly.
Predates it.
I could see how like they had it. They were the originators of a certain sound. Like look at what Dream Theater came out with and stuff. You know?
Just something about this record. Like I told you, I heard it, and then that's when I started learning like inflections and how to. And I'm not British, but I could start singing. But I could sing every song on this record because it's so ridiculous.
Yeah.
Because I heard this tape over and over. It was the only Sabbath tape I had.
Oh, wow, yeah.
You know, it's like, my dad's like, here. I'm like, oh, okay. What is it? I was like, and he didn't really listen to that stuff. So I was like, here, you listen to this.
The production is badass.
Dude. So the bass player is not Dave Spitz. He's credited, but he's not on the record. It's Bob Daisley.
Oh, wow.
So that's I think the Bark at the Moon guy and the Ozzy guy that still never gets credit for stuff, but he's on it.
When you recommended that What's the Anthrax documentary, I was watching it.
Oh, yeah.
Who is it? Oh, I forgot. Like, is it Charlie? And he's like, yeah, my uncle's this or whatever. I'm like, holy shit, I didn't know, like, he had such a... I can't remember. I think it was the very first episode. I think it was Charlie.
I don't remember what he said.
Yeah, there's so much information in that. That's a badass documentary.
There's a few things they skipped out, but oh well.
I got up to Set of Euphoria. No, not even. Like,
no, you got a long way to go.
Yeah, I know. But I skipped to Persistence of Time because I was like, I just want to see what they wrote about. I'm like, wow.
That's my favorite Anthrax record, but
Persistence of Time?
That one and Sound of White Noise, those 2 are kind of tied.
I think Persistence of Time is mine for sure.
Yeah, I have to tie them because I like both singers. But John Bush, I don't know, something about it. he's got a bit more balls on it, man.
They're just different, like they said in the documentary. They're just different bands.
But again, it's the same band. Like it's just a different, you know.
I can't think of another band like with this. Black Sabbath kept on pumping out albums. And
they had more after that, yeah.
Kind of like first band that came to mind, Pearl Jam. It ended with like maybe 10, which is what they're saying.
No, second record, No Verses was the second record.
Yeah. And then after that, like last year, like, oh shit, Pearl Jam's still pumping out albums.
They're pumping records out, yeah.
I'm not a big fan of Pearl Jam. I appreciate it. I have 10, but I was like, the novelty wore off.
It's hit or miss. It all depends on what catches your ear.
I did listen to other later Pearl Jam records, and it's so much more rock and roll. Because I think I heard at that point Eddie Vedder, the whole band's like, fuck making hits. Let's just do it.
Well, that's the problem. They're not advertising or pushing it.
Oh, yeah.
So we don't hear it. That's how we don't know. Like, that's probably why you didn't know that was out, because it got overshadowed by everything else.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
I didn't think about it. 87. Look at all the bands that are out there. Like,
it's saturated with like all the hair metal. It's Apex, I think.
Yeah, and it's right at the end of it. So you're just like, Sabbath's still around, you know.
Yeah.
But then it's disregarded because like, oh, Ozzy's not in it, Dio's not in it. They're doing their own shit, so it's like, forget it.
Like how you're saying, like to all the reunion tours or whatever, they're just cover bands.
Basically, yeah.
All right, reading it. Track 1, The Shining. 2, Ancient Warrior, which this is it.
Yeah.
Hard Life to Love, and Glory Ride. On side 2, Born to Lose, Nightmare, Scarlet Pimpernel.
Yeah, it's like after the play, the story, the play,
Then Lost Forever, and Eternal Idiot.
Idol.
Oh shit!
It's Idol.
Why did I read it like? Oh look!
Yeah, it's scratched in.
It's got the little. It looks like it's a T.
No, that's why it's there in the front.
Oh, shit, that's funny.
And even on the cover, watch the cover. Like it's not a sculpture.
Oh shit! That's
they're models.
Oh wow! I didn't notice that. Yeah. Let me. I'll get a picture of that after. Cool.
Yeah,
Put it up right now.
It took me a while to look at. When I kept looking at the cover, I was like, wait a minute. And then I found out they were models and it's not a sculpture.
That's really cool. That's a great photo.
It's after a sculpture, but it's not.
Oh, okay. Up next, Hard Life to Love.
Here's the rocking one. Just remember, it's Tony Iommi, so it could be almost anything he plays.
Yeah. Dude, that's a great guitar sound.
Dude. And that's Eric Singer playing the drums.
Did they tour?
Oh yeah.
For this?
Every single record they toured on, yeah. But then they got short-lived because of attendance and whatnot. Yeah. And then they brought this guy in because Ray Gillen, the guy that ended up becoming Badlands, was singing on it. Because he had joined the band after Glenn Hughes got kicked off the tour and got kicked out of the band. So he sings on this record. There's a record of him singing all the songs.
Good.
And then something didn't work out and he left, so they brought in this guy.
Wow. Has that every single day, you think?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They had a remaster in I think 2010 and it has a second disc and it's singing on it.
Oh wow. That's cool.
So yeah, it's a lot of like every single song. And then he's actually on the record. He's on one of the songs on the B-side. Mm-hmm. But it's like him laughing. They left it in because it's creepy, so they left it in.
Oh.
But he's technically in it, and it's weird because like, okay, so Eric Singer's the drummer on the record. Yeah,
the singer's the drummer?
No, Eric Singer. Eric Singer.
Who's on bass?
Bob Daisley. And then Dave Spitz is credited, but he's not on the record. But he was on the record before, and if you see some of the posters and whatnot, they have the same picture with the same logo. It's kind of it was a mess.
Just marketing.
Because Sabotage did that once on I think on Streets. No, not on Streets. On Edge of Thorns, they put the drummer who was not even in the band. They just put him in the photos like that way. People thought that he was still in the band.
Like Entombed. With the whole singer.
The recent stuff.
That too.
Entombed BC or AD or 1, 2, 3. The spin-off band.
I just listened to Streets again. Oh no, this is
that's
Hall of the Mountain. I just listened to Streets again all the way through. I just sat here and I'm like, whoa.
You're like, it's old school Trans-Siberian Orchestra.
I have so much more of an appreciation for it today than I ever did back then.
Paul O'Neill's the one that did that stuff.
It's amazing. Like, holy crap.
Yeah. Was it Jesus Saves?
Jesus Saves. But not the two hits. I mean, Streets.
Oh, when the crowds are gone?
Jesus Saves were the singles, you know? But side 2 is phenomenal.
So yeah, this is Sabbath, but it's not Sabbath, but it is Sabbath. It doesn't make any sense, but it happened.
Yeah.
And was it the video for The Shining, which was the only video they did. Like they needed a bass player, so they picked some guy off the street and they put him on with the bass and whatnot.
That's it, really?
He was like a guitar player or some guy. I don't even know his name, but like if you see in the video, it's just some guy in the band because they needed somebody.
Oh man, how unceremonious. Hey, but dude?
How many people were in a Sabbath video and not in
Exactly.
Sabbath?
I'd be like, Guess what I did today, Mom? I was at Black Sabbath video.
And so like you have okay, so on the drummer is Eric Singer, right? When they did the tour, like, or actually Bevan from ELO was on the record also. Because he was on the record before also.
Holy shit.
Or not the record before, he was on the Born Again record. On the tour for Born Again. Because Bill Ward apparently couldn't play or something, so they brought in Bevan of ELO. He's on the tour. They were going to put him on the record. There was some, contracts, whatever. I don't know what it was. And then on this one, he's credited because apparently he did cymbals or something. They have him credited as percussion or something.
Oh, wow.
But yet, that's why it shows like two different drummers.
Yeah.
But even though I think Eric Singer did everything. But then he was going to do the tour, and they ended up getting Terry from the Clash. So he's in the band too.
What a mess.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. You have all these bands and all these people. You're like, what the hell?
No kidding. That family tree is
this is what's
insane.
so fascinating about this is like, what? It's not just Ozzy and the other three guys. It's all this.
Dude, this is crazier than like Mike Patton's.
Oh no, it gets even crazier. So you have these guys, right?
Yeah.
You have this record, and then I think they did. The tours were kind of, the U.S. tours, forget it. European tours were always something.
Yeah.
And I think the reason why they got the guy from the Clash was because it was like during the apartheid in South Africa and all that, and they were gonna play, and I guess it was a protest against like, nah, don't play, no Western music in Africa or something like that.
Oh wow.
And so I think Dave Spitz quit and Bevan quit. They're like, we're not doing it. That's why they brought the guy from the Clash in.
Oh wow. What a mess.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Look at listen to these riffs. That's Bob Daisley playing that bass. Remember, he was on the No More Tears record, but don't tell anybody he was on it.
He's not credited?
He is, but he isn't. And then, like, there was a Ozzy box set, and, like, they basically, him and, who was the other, I think, Lee Kerslake, or one of the guys in the band, like, they pretty much Sharon told him to fuck off or something, but he put their names wrong on purpose. You remember they re-recorded the first record tracks or something like that. Remember the Blizzard of Oz, and they re-recorded those records with, I think, Robert Trujillo and all that.
I don't think I heard him.
Nah, they sound kind of muddy anyway. Don't even worry about it.
Like the Megadeth re-recordings? Oh, Dave.
Dude. That's bad.
Rest in Peace was bad.
Dude. Yeah, the Euthanasia was pretty bad too. Like, I don't know. I don't know. It's like, don't just, they were fine. I don't know.
Rest in Peace. No, both. Countdown and Rest in Peace. Production-wise,
the original, yeah.
Yeah.
But no, when he went and tweaked with them, I think Chris Poland added some stuff for. I don't know what they did. They messed with those records. I don't know what they did.
He re-recorded his vocals, and like, bro, you do not have a 20-year-old. I mean, your voice 20 years ago was just leave it.
He pulled Steven Spielberg where they put walkie-talkies instead of guns in E.T. That's pretty much what they did. You seen that? Like, I'm gonna run away from a walkie-talkie. Like, all right, mall cop.
Hey, get over here!
Oh, it's terrible. It's really bad. Yeah, I don't know. I remember hearing those, and like, I was gonna buy all the Megadeth sets, and I was like, when I heard one of them, I was like, wait a minute, because I was gonna rebuy them. So what I started doing was buying the original copies of them. Like, I remember getting like Cryptic Writings, but I bought it sealed like on eBay for like $6 or something.
Oh man.
Oh yeah, because I was like, I want the original ones, because I had some, when you overplay them, they scratch whatever,
Yeah.
But I still buy the hard copies and stuff. I mean, digital depending, but also you have to find them on YouTube. For instance, the Megadeth, you could hear, sometimes they're labeled as original, not the remastered ones.
I know. That's so weird, and that's so weird. Like on streaming services too. Put it on like, and it doesn't say. And it's just like, why does this sound? This is the remix. And then you gotta find. I was so worried when I got this copy of Rest in Peace. And I'm like, when I got home, like, oh shit, I forgot. No, I hope, and it's not labeled like, please. And I put it on, like, woo.
Oh yeah. You can tell. You gotta watch out with that.
Because it says remastered from the original tapes and stuff. I'm like, I don't know if this is the one he kind of re-recorded anyway.
Yeah.
glory ride.
Yeah.
It sounds glorious.
Yeah, that was. This isn't Manowar. It's a little different. It's a little darker.
Man, it's a big production, man. Like right now, like after we film, I want to crank it like loud and just see.
Dude, like listen to it. It's ridiculous. Like, and I was hearing this on a cassette.
Oh wow, yeah.
Dude, like a white Warner Brothers cassette, and I was like, all right, and boom, I was like, damn. Even then, big sound on a cassette.
This is good. The record's in great shape.
Hasn't been played in years, so I don't play them all the time. But it's rare. I mean, it could be rare. I don't know. It's got to be because they're not. I've never found another copy, and I'm still on the hunt for the rest of the records because I have pretty much all the records the Dio records, and I have the Ian Gillan record, and then two of the Tony Martin ones. No, actually, yeah, two of the Tony Martin ones, and then the. What was the other one? Yeah, I have all the rest of them, but there's 3 I'm looking for.
Damn.
And they're rare as fuck. Like they're rare as fuck.
Yeah, Discogs gets ridiculous with their crap. Like if you look at, I'm sure.
Market.
Did you?
I've seen it, but like, no, that's speculator market. I don't mess with those because it's just like
yeah, it has its own weird supply and demand curve there, and
it's like, is this record $600? Now it is.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Like,
yeah, it was $600.
No, I can't justify paying that much for paper and plastic. Not like that.
I'll tell you right now. Time to flip it. Side 2. That was 4 tracks.
Yeah.
Off of Glory Idiot.
Glory Idiot.
I mean, it's
they the Eternal Idol, the Eternal Idiot.
Oh man. I appreciate old Black Sabbath, but as they get on into the 80s, the production is so much more awesome. Yeah. I love like the bigger production, the bigger sound, the heavier riffs and stuff, more technical riffs.
They got bigger.
And then Ronnie, like, holy crap, fantastic stuff. It's just a different band. Just like, okay, Napalm Death, Scum. Sounds like crap, But people love it because it's the original grind stuff.
It's like the Carcass stuff also.
Exactly, like the Carcass.
Yeah.
I don't like the first 2 Carcass because it sounds...
like mud.
And
the covers are cool. Fuck it.
And the riffs are there. I mean, cool if it's just a different band. It really is.
You remember the show?
Yeah.
Remember how they were playing that old stuff and you're like, oh, that's what they were really playing.
Yeah.
Because it was clean.
Yeah.
And it was live and it wasn't,
Exactly.
It wasn't anything like.
So there's a good example of people like, no, that is sacred. Do not fuck with old Napalm Death and Carcass. Like, you know what? I like the newer stuff. All right, here we go. Side 2.
You like Stone Temple Pilots without Scott? Fuck it. They're keeping it going.
Oh, the Cult Stewardess is in here. Born to Lose, baby. Oh, this is just classic. This is just like...
Yeah.
In the 80s.
And even then, just think of the players that are on it. Like, that's what makes it, like, it's an 80s. It's already 80s because you have Eric Singer, you have Bob Daisley, you have, like, Iommi. You're like, look at their Discogs. I mean, Jesus. And Tony Martin, like, they just picked him out of, I don't know what band he was in England. They're just some, here, we need a singer. Okay, let's get this guy.
Really?
I think it was like a Blaze Bailey thing where they kind of found this guy and I was like, he'll do. And he did fine for 5 records.
That's insane. So this is the first of 5?
The first of 5.
When was the last one?
So check it out. So it's Eternal Idol. And then after that, they had a record called Headless Cross. And this is the last on Warner. So they got signed at IRS Records. And they got Headless Cross. On that record, Brian May's playing on it.
Really?
He has on one track. It's just like, okay, thanks for showing up, Cool. And so they have that record. And then after that was a record called Tyr. So it was all like the Norse and all that stuff. Then they had another record called The Cross Purposes. And that was the tour that it was 1994.
Holy
so shit. on that tour, there was Motorhead and Morbid Angel as the openers, and they played here.
These guys on it?
Yeah, and they played here. And on that, actually on the lineup, on the Cross Purposes tour, on that lineup, even the record lineup, it's Iommi, Geezer Butler, Bobby Rondinelli, which was Rainbow, and Tony Martin, so 4 dudes.
How weird.
Yeah, and it was the Covenant. I did the Covenant tour for Morbid, and I don't remember which one it was for Motorhead, but they were the openers. Yeah.
Wow.
And it was '94. Yeah, and it gets
Is it 1916 or no?
It could have been. Yeah, it might have been that one.
Or 18. 1916 like in '91? I think, I don't know.
One of those records.
After, yeah.
Wait a minute. No, that was. I was thinking Sacrifice or something? I don't know. One of those. But anyway, so the tour after that, so they had the Cross Purposes, and they filmed it for a VHS CD box set.
Oh, wow.
And that box set came out, but the worst part about it was that he was sick on that tour. So when they filmed the show, he's trying his best. He's not singing like this on that. So they released it, and it's kind of poor, but it's out there.
Yeah.
But it's the same lineup. The record after that was, I think, the last one they had on IRS, and it was what is it? Well, let me get to that before that.
Yeah.
In between the 3 records, so you had right before Cross Purposes. That's when Dio got back with them. They did Dehumanizer.
Oh shit! That's a huge gap.
So you have Eternal Idol, Headless Cross, Tear, Dehumanizer, and then that's when Ozzy was doing his farewell shows and whatnot, because it was during the Dehumanizer tour, and he wanted Sabbath to open up with Dio, and Dio's like, "Fuck you."
Oh wow!
And so they didn't do it. That's why Halford, if you see the clips, Halford's singing those songs.
No shit.
Yeah. So then that was Dio's done with Sabbath, whatever, at that time.
Yeah.
Then they came back with Cross Purposes, which was '94, and apparently Ozzy was done, all that stuff, the No More Tours thing, and then you have the Forbidden record, which is the last one on IRS, and here's the kicker on this one. Ernie from Body Count is the producer.
No shit.
Okay.
Ernie C?
Yeah, and Ice-T's on the record too. He does a rap on the first track. It's ridiculous.
How weird. How out of place. I mean, by what? 96?
It was 95. Yeah.
95. Man, how out of place. At that point was this stuff.
Yeah, and then think about what happened not long after that. Like Sabbath was pretty much done, and then they had 96. So you have 97, Ozfest 97, and then that's when Iommi and all the guys started getting back with Ozzy.
I was about to say.
And then the reunion happened in 99.
So it's a couple years later.
Yeah.
No, I was gonna say, wasn't Ozzy already starting a whole other cycle? We're talking about getting everybody back together, but no. Okay, the Oz tour was. Ozfest.
Yeah, 97 when they got back.
Wow.
I think the record company, they try to get them off the contract or said that we can't do anything with you guys or something, and that's why, Ernie C. here, produce the record. And it's not terrible, it's just, I don't know.
Different.
It's different, but it's, I don't know how to say it. Like, they're redoing it, actually. I think Iommi remixed it or something, and it's coming out. I'm waiting for that one.
With original and everything?
Yeah, it's the same. It's just, I guess they took Ice-T out of it or something. It's ridiculous. But yeah, and that record's hard to find too. So all the records I just mentioned, you can't. They
erased them.
Pretty much, you gotta find them secondary Discogs or whatnot. But now the vinyls of those, forget it. I think they reissued the Forbidden one, but it's an import, so I don't know. But no, the originals, forget it.
This song's pretty sexy,
dude. Yeah.
He sounds so much like Ryan here. Wow. Shit's good. Hey, did you ever hear Jafria? You know Jafria?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I went to go visit my mom and I saw the record there.
The Jafria record?
Yeah, she had a Jafria record.
That's obscure as hell. No one knows who the hell it is.
But she had a couple of other records, and growing up, listening oh yeah, Jafria.
Great Jafria.
How do you spell it? Guifrae?
Yeah, Giufero? Giraffe?
Giraffe?
I remember looking at that, I was like, I can't even pronounce what it says. Like,
maybe I'm wrong. Maybe that's what she called it.
So it's was it Impellitteri or something, where you see what the hell is this? Or was it Yngwie Malmsteen, but Yngwie Wang?
Yngwie
J Malmsteen.
I know.
That's Ray Gillen laughing in the back.
That's it.
They left the voice in. But apparently this song might have been used. They were going to use it for like Dream Warriors or something. There was a rumor. I remember hearing about that.
Really?
But it didn't cut it or something. I don't know, but they could have. I mean, it was a high-profile band.
It sounds, I mean, Dokken, it fits right alongside Dokken. What else was on Dream Warriors? Who else was on Dream Warriors? That's all I remember. It's just
I don't remember. I think they padded it up on the other movie afterwards because they had like Vinnie Vincent and all that. Rama Rama, I think.
You know, for a while I couldn't find Drama Rama on any streaming services. They finally brought it on.
The one song?
Yeah, okay. I couldn't find anything.
I couldn't find anything. Yeah, the one song. Yeah. The one. What's that band? I forgot the name of the band. I'll remember it later. But you know what I mean? Like, there's always like, oh, the hit. Like, oh my God, I can't. And then when you go to the concert, like everybody loses their mind over the one song. It's like, well, where were you 5 records ago?
I went to go see the Flies at Club 101. It was like $5. Like, fuck yeah, let's go see the Flies. Right. I know that one song. Exactly like that. And they saved it for last. Everybody lost their shit.
What was that? Oh my God. Yeah, and that's the thing. And even then, you can look at some of these records or some of these bands, you're like, wow, how come I never heard that song before? Oh, because they didn't push them.
I know.
It's like the Metallica, like what was it, the Load record? Like, oh, we'll put the first track out, okay, and they put out that, was it the Till It Sleeps? It's like, why did you release that one first?
Yeah, what's gonna sell? Like, what's gonna appeal to the masses?
Yeah, it's like, don't put that single out first. It's like
you just alienated like all the true like super fans, you know?
No, and there's better songs on that record. And you're just like, ugh. But then the radio hit and the edited version and the 12-inch this and whatever. It's like, dude, forget it.
The whole album's like rocking so far. Like rocking.
Oh yeah, I know.
Fantastically.
Dude, it's dynamic if you can, and it's not necessarily power metal or anything like that.
Well, what sucks is you can't find it, right?
You can stream it, yeah, because it's a Warner record.
Okay.
The other ones are kind of hard. You have to find them on YouTube or whatnot.
Yeah. Oh.
It's instrumental.
Oh, cool. I can't believe there's 5 more records after this.
And they're all pretty much similar. A lot of people say the one after this is the best one, but I think this was the best one because it's the first one I heard.
But imagine saying like if this like truly was like your favorite stuff ever, your favorite music. You're like, yeah, who's your favorite band? Black Sabbath. Nobody would ever have an iota, a Naomi.
They wouldn't know.
About this.
No, they wouldn't. And I'm telling you, I had the cassette. It was handed to me. I'm just like, okay, but. I mean, I was aware of Ozzy. I wasn't really, like, in tune to it. I think I got the cassette in, like, 1990, 91, something like that. Mm-hmm. It's like, here. It's like, oh, cool. And it was... I was like, this is awesome. I mean, I didn't know about Dio and whatnot, but I wasn't, everything was happening all at once. So think about the era. I just told you.
Oh, man.
All these records and all these people I just talked about was all within the course of 5 years.
That's insane.
So it's just like, oh, they're not in the band anymore. Okay, and they're in this band.
You're right. Interesting topic, too. I mean, you learn so much about the history or other bands through liner notes. Just looking, like, scouring. Big shout out to, like, Engorged and Massacre. Like, who are these people?
Right.
And then, or Sepultura's. I like Sepultura's liner notes. And Entombed, actually, they had so many bands. And how hard was it to check them out? You couldn't just, like, oh, let me look them up real quick.
No.
So, like, at the stores, like, oh, yeah, Gorguts, this is the band that Sepultura thanked or Entombed thanked. Like, fuck yeah, I bought it.
The cassette. Because they were import from Metal Blade or whatnot.
Yeah, exactly. And, yeah, so much knowledge. Oh, that was just a little interlude? It was Lost Forever?
Yeah.
Cool. Man, riffs.
Dude, that was the thing. And in every record, I'm telling you, you hear all the Iommi's, you hear the Sabbath in every record.
Yeah.
Because he kept the band going. And I think before that, he was he was briefly married to Lita Ford or something, and there was all sorts of. You can see the connections in this band. It's ridiculous.
Holy shit!
It's not just Zakk Wylde. It's more than that.
Oh yeah, way more. Yeah.
And this would have been around the time when Zakk was probably joining the band, because they had the Just Say Ozzy and all that stuff, like not so long after that. This is during the tribute time, so I don't know.
Wow.
And then Bob Daisley ends up in Ozzy, or he was with Ozzy, but he wasn't. Like, I think Butler was more prominent, and Mike Inez overshadowed him. I don't know, it was all sorts of shit.
That was awesome, seeing Ozzy here, and like, this is Mike Borden. Oh my God, Robert G. I'm losing my mind.
The 96?
Yeah. With Temple Negative
and Sepultura.
We were outside when Sepultura started. I heard the tribal drums, like, I'm so mad. Did we get in? It's like 10 minutes of Sepultura, because they were half hour sharp, exactly half an hour. And I get in, I'm like, I'm mad. They were still in line.
Dude, that day it was Paulo's birthday. Because the roadies kept saying, it's Paulo's birthday, and I was like, okay. And I remember he signed my ticket. I think he was the only guy I met. He was the only guy I met, and like, I think there was a van, Roadrunner van. Yeah. Like, and it had the Sepultura roots on the side, and they were giving away like stickers and shit. And I remember I got stickers and like the postcards. Yeah. And then there was like tattoos, like temporary tattoos with the roots symbol. I saw all that shit.
That's crazy.
And then there was like sign up for the Roadrunner list and stuff. And then that's when I started getting shit from them. But it was during the, I guess I could say though, so it was still a Bloody Kisses tour or something, because I remember my brother was like, I guess he stayed in the car when I walked out because I was dropped off. And then, like, he's like, oh, yeah, that was these big 4 dudes in, like, green or black. And they were walking out, these big dudes. I'm just like, what? And then he's like, yeah, these big guys with long black hair. They came out of a bus. I was like, oh.
Oh, you just missed them?
Yeah, he had saw them walk in. I was like, damn. So that was the only time I ever saw that band. Like, it was the only time I ever saw them.
You know what? I had the CD, a couple of CDs, but I didn't get into them. Only now in my later years, so I appreciate Typo. But man, after Sepultura and just being mad, and they came on like, whatever. This is so slow, it's so boring. Like, come on, where's Ozzy?
That's the reason why they put them in the middle like that. Because they put the badass band first, and then, you know.
Damn it.
Dude, think about that tour. What tour was it? The Pantera Slayer tour? That was in 2001 or something?
Oh.
Like, it was, I think Static X was on it, and... Was it Static X? I think so, yeah. And there was a band called Scrape. And like the opener on the tour was Morbid Angel. Yeah. Aww. They played like, I think 30 minutes or something. But yeah, they were the first band on.
That sucks.
Oh yeah.
Scrape?
Yeah.
How are you going to put Morbid Angel before?
Dude, they were
whoever Scraped it.
And then Slayer was the opener for Pantera, I think. Yeah, they opened for them.
Wow.
But it was still a cool tour, I guess. I never got to see it, but I heard good news about it. But the fact that Morbid Angel was just like, didn't just like, damn.
Yeah, I'm like, fine, I guess we're going.
That's the package tours you get. Yeah. Or they're Bions or whatnot, I don't know.
Oh, man. Yeah. When I found out about Bions, I'm like, cheaters! Cheaters! You don't deserve that!
No per diem for you.
Yeah. You're paying everyone else's per diem.
Right.
Is this it?
This is the last song. Yeah, this is the dark. This is the Eternal Idol song.
Moody.
This one's the more Sabbath-y song.
Oh, okay.
Dun, 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 dun. You'll hear the riff right now.
Oh, Tony. That's off to you, sir.
I don't have a hat. Also.
Oh, yeah, total classic Sabbath song.
But yeah, no one hears these records. Like, no one knows. Some people don't even know these exist.
I mean, shit.
That's the reason why I brought it. I was like, I don't think he's heard this one.
No.
And it's a rabbit hole because you just from Heaven and Hell all the way to Forbidden, you're like, what? Or I think Devil You Know, is that the name of the last Sabbath record?
Uh-huh.
Like,
Wow. It reminds me so much of the era. I mean, so much other stuff.
Oh, yeah.
It's definitely sabotage kind of stuff. Oh, who else has that darker kind of stuff at the time? Because everything was very happy. Like, oh no,
Dark, like metal.
Oh, this is '87. No,
Candlemass?
So very different. Yeah,
Maybe them. That was kind of dark. It's probably the highest note on the record.
Hey, you can hit them. Cool. Good.
I don't know how many times I've tried like singing this song, but that's how I started learning.
Oh. Oh, to mention something about that Anthrax documentary. How they're like, yeah, they were different from all the other big four because here you got, oh my God, what's his name? The singer.
There was
Joey.
Yeah.
Joey. How he's like actually singing, like I'm thinking like, yeah, you're right. You know, Anthrax is different in that way that, like when I sing along. I don't have to. No, you sing along to Anthrax.
It's like Testament. You could sing to their songs before. Yeah. Now it's. I mean, nothing bad about it, but it's just like wow, you can hear the like. I don't think they're going to be doing Return to Serenity anytime soon. So. It'd be cool to hear it, though.
I had a long absence from Testament, and then when I finally went back and reheard them again, I'm like, whoa! Whoa, what happened here?
Look at the band members that they got. It's just like top of the line. Dude.
Monsters.
Yeah, they're monsters.
But yeah, like this stuff, to go back to that, you sing along to this stuff, you know?
Yep.
It's not just screaming metal stuff. I mean, it's metal, but like, you sing.
And then think about it, you're hearing this stuff, and then you got your metal edge or your hip paraders, and you're like reading these things like, all right, you know, yeah, there's a vibe to it.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah, that was, I mean, now, I don't know. I don't think Blabbermouth counts as hip parader or anything like that. There's no, I don't know, it's not tactile.
No.
It's more gossip and horse shit than it is. Like,
that's why I do go to Blabbermouth, just for the gossip and the horse shit.
Right.
But as far as like zines and stuff, I do miss that. In a way, you know, like the labels, the media, magazines, and everything, they controlled everything, and they told you who to listen to and all that. You know. And now anybody with a computer can have access to an audience that a lot of people, a lot of bands just don't deserve because it's not great, you know? But yeah, where do you go? I missed like picking up my Rip or Circus and all that stuff, Metal Maniacs, and like, cool, let's just check it out, you know?
I remember Metal Hammer being like an import magazine at one point. And you're like, oh, what is this Metal Hammer magazine? I was like, oh, cool. And there would be in the back of the magazine, there'd be like they'd show somebody's room and their collection. You're like, oh, look at all that cool stuff. Like, I want to be in that magazine or something. And then, like, eventually the magazine's kind of faded. And I think the last magazine, like, now they have Decibel and all those, but before that, I think Brave Words was, like, probably, like, the last magazine that was around.
Shit, I forgot about that.
Because I remember getting those, like, in the late 90s. And then magazines disappeared, but then now they have, was it Decibel and, what's the other one? Not Kerrang, it's something else. Revolver. That's the recent one.
Oh shit, that's right.
That's the new one. I was like, what's it called?
I get nonstop emails and see nonstop ads because they put out their own stuff or whatever. But yeah, I guess. But then I remember last time I picked up a magazine. It's like, cool. Let's $10.
Dude, that magazine better be like 20 pages plus. Or no, 200 pages plus.
I can't go to the Walden Books at Bassett anymore to pick up,
No good Daltons for me anymore. Dude, no way. I remember like seeing like even like Fangoria and all that stuff. I'm like, what is this? Like it's a flyer. It's not even. That's like $10 for that much. So I want that much.
That's nuts that the supply chain and just the resources cost so much.
That's that.
That was a great closing song. That was a fantastic closing song.
Yeah, and it's the title of the record. They're like, yeah, we're gonna end it here.
Oh, I love it. Like that Family Guy. They said it. They said the title. Like, that was a great closing track.
Yeah, and that's usually like if you were to line this up kind of like a set list, it's almost perfect.
Oh shit, you're right.
Because it's like
everyone.
They kick you in with it, and they slow it down, put it up and down, and then right at the end, they're like, all right, see you later, buy our t-shirts, exit to the gift shop.
I learned a lot about Black Sabbath.
There's a lot more to learn.
Way more. I heard a fantastic album. I mean, this is a really good album. I like it. I'm going to go back and give it another spin or stream or whatever if I can find it. And it's always like that. There's always so much more that I want to cover, but
that's fine.
There's always another
That's all
time.
good.
Ben, thank you very much for joining me.
No problem.
All right, see you guys.